Hello and welcome to India Bet. Today we're going to look at Tuesday's game between the Kolkata Knight Riders and the Deccan Chargers. Now it's an interesting game because the Deccan Chargers are still yet to win a match in the IPL this season, and they're 100 to 1 to win the tournament with Boyle Sports. They're in terrible form. I mean, it was tragic. They hit 196 against Rajasthan Royals, only for the Rajasthan Royals to chase them down and beat them in Jaipur. And I think ever since then they sort of feel like they've crushed the team. Kolkata therefore are the obvious favourites. They're 8 to 13. They beat Deccan recently. They've won their last 2 games, and they're actually starting to find a bit of form in the season. So you have to say that they're the team you'd want to be backing at 8 to 13, but they're still not. They still haven't played superbly. They're still hitting very low scores. They haven't really found form with the bat yet this season. Meanwhile, Deccan have actually had a few big scores, and 6 to 4 with Blue Square. It's an alright price, but again, they haven't won a game. And can you back a team that hasn't won a game? If you can, I mean, Deccan. If there is a team to beat Kolkata, then if there's a team, for Deccan to beat, it would be Kolkata, because in my opinion, I think Kolkata have played very poorly this season, and they've been lucky to actually get the wins that they've got. They've relied heavily on their captain, Gautam Gambhir, and he's 10 to 3 to be their top batsman this weekend. 10 to 3 with Sky Bet, and I think that is a good bet because no one else in that team's really scoring for them, and they're often relying on Gambhir to come in and build innings, and you're seeing a lot of innings being built around Gautam Gambhir for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Their bowlers are obviously also doing some terrific work. So it's the bowling attack that's really winning the game for Kolkata. As it is, the Deccan Chargers, again, they're reliant on a few players. Sangakkara is the obvious, favourite with Sky Bet, and other than that, Dewan is playing alright, and actually Dewan I think is their top scorer. So 7 to 2 with Sky Bet for Dewan to top score for them might be the bet. For me, I find it a tricky one because I think 8 to 13 is too short on a Kolkata team that are out of form. Yeah, they've won their last 2 games, but then they've been very inconsistent this season. And they've won 4 games, but never by enormous margins, never really convincing victories. And that brings me on to the reason this will be my main bet, is that I'm going to sell runs. Whichever team bats it first on Tuesday, I'm going to sell their runs. Any spread that goes anywhere close to the 150 mark, I'm going to sell those, because I think the highest score at the Kolkata ground this season has been 134. They're very low scoring games. They've been the only sub 100 scores there, and if they open those markets at 150, I think you've got to crack into those. Deccan have the potential to beat Kolkata. If Deccan go in and bat first and score a high score, I'd be very tempted to bat Deccan, and I imagine they at evens. If Deccan post 160 plus, I imagine anything evens and above at the change of innings, I think would be a very good bet on Deccan, because I genuinely believe that Kolkata do not have the firepower in their batting lineup to score a lot of runs, and they're very reliant on their bowlers to take wickets. But again, it's a tough track to score runs on. Both teams will struggle, and my main bet for the week that day will be selling runs on both sides. Anyway, enjoy the game. It should be an interesting tie. I doubt there's going to be much extraordinary batting. You don't have anyone like Chris Gale on the pitch, but it should be an interesting game, and enjoy it. Thank you very much from India Bet. Cheers.